So once we get to the end, everyone's going to be, finally, thank God, we can sleep. And then next year, of course, everyone's going to go, oh, we want to go back to Belfast.
You're good to go.
All right. Nikolai Coster-Waldau and play Jaime Lannister. Then disaster strikes because Daenerys Targaryen decides to go do what she does best, man. Fly with dragons and just burn shit. Tyrion convinces him to tell Cersei to have this big meeting. There is something bigger at stake. This is not just about, you know, Westeros and who's the king and who's the queen. It's about survival.
The same thing is coming for all of us. A general you can't negotiate with. An army that doesn't leave corpses behind on the battlefield.
They all get together, and Cersei and Jaime, for the first time, actually sees what all this nonsense is about. And Cersei is shocked, and Jaime is shocked, and it's so scary, and oh my God, we're all gonna die.
The Crown accepts your truce. Until the dead are defeated, they are the true enemy.
Yes, we're in this together, and everyone's happy, and he goes in, and he's planning, and then his sister comes in, and he goes,
What are you doing?
Preparing the expedition north.
I always knew you were the stupidest Lannister.
we're not gonna go fight those idiots. Did you see that thing? That's a scary thing. Let them do that, and we'll wait here, and then when they're done with that, we'll take them on.
Let the Stark boy and his new queen defend the north. We stay here where we've always been.
I made a promise. And she's like, you're not gonna go. If you go, I'm gonna kill you. No, you're not. And he walks out because she doesn't kill him. He knew that. He didn't know that. And off he goes to fight the just cause for the world of the living.
Hey everyone, it's Fentony. I've had a request to the Jaime Lannister promo video, but I will get through to the other ones as soon as possible. So if you guys want to see your favourite character next, just let me know in the comments below. I've still got quite a few of them to get through, but I'm hoping to get them done by next week. I have cut down the promo video, but I'm going to leave links to the full videos so you can go there and watch them. In this one, Nikolai Coster-Waldau explains Jaime Lannister's story, and you can really tell he's got a lot of passion for the character, and he knows Jaime so well. One of my favourite lines from the promo is when Nikolai talks about Jaime losing his right hand. He lost his sword hand, but also his identity. Jaime's always had a very interesting story arc. We're still uncertain on his overall fate, but he still has a lot of incomplete plot lines that have been building up from earlier in the show. He's heading up to Winterfell, but he's coming up on his own. He's not bringing the Lannister army. I think it's likely he'll arrive at Winterfell either in the first episode or the second. As we know in episode 3, it's all going to kick off and the biggest battle in television history is going to happen at Winterfell. But before episode 3, there's still a lot to get through. Episode 1 is going to be all about these characters meeting up with each other, who all have complicated relationships. A Bran reunion is something I'm extremely anticipating. I think Jaime will confront Bran and try to say sorry, but Bran won't forgive him, as he doesn't need to. I think he's going to tell Jaime that Jaime had to push him out of that window as it led him down the path to becoming the Three-Eyed Raven. I don't know what Jaime's reaction to that is going to be, as it seems like all the characters that meet Bran for the first time are a bit unsure about his powers, but eventually they seem to accept it. No doubt Bran will tell Jaime something about his past that only he knows, maybe about the Mad King and the wildfire in King's Landing. Jaime's not going to be welcomed with open arms at Winterfell though. I think there will be those that don't trust him. I think Tyrion and Brienne will try to back him up, but I think it'll be Bran that has to convince everyone. Speaking of Brienne, that's another plotline that hasn't been resolved. It's obvious they love each other, but it's extremely complicated. I think they will give in to their feelings, the night before the battle in episode 2. Remember, Jaime gave Brienne Oathkeeper, one of the two swords that was forged from Ned Stark's sword Ice. If you watch that episode with commentary, it's kind of a metaphor for Jaime's heart. He gave it to Brienne, and Brienne tried to give it back to him in season 6, but Jaime told Brienne to keep it. But Jaime's actually coming up to Winterfell with the second sword that was reforged from ice, Widow's Wail, that once belonged to Joffrey. The two swords forged from ice will fight side by side in the War for the Dawn. Jaime once said that he'd love to die in the arms of someone he loves, and a lot of people think this could be Brienne. A lot of people think that Jaime could die up north against the Army of the Dead. Honestly, I'm not sure on Jaime's ultimate fate, but he is a very popular death prediction. If he has to die, I think it's either he dies fighting up north with Brienne, or in King's Landing, killing Cersei. They came into this world together, and a lot of people think they'll leave it together. He is one of the favourites to kill Cersei, but I don't think her death is going to be that obvious, and that's if it does happen. In the books, there's something called the Valonqar prophecy, which was told by Maggie the Frog to Cersei, but that was actually cut from the Maggie the Frog scene on the show. The show could revisit that scene, maybe Cersei wakes up in a dream and remembers that prophecy being told to her, or maybe it's just cut out completely, as during that time Cersei's plotline was all about her losing her children. Now all 3 children are gone, all she has left is the unborn baby and the Iron Throne. If that unborn baby dies, it's likely we could see a full-on Mad Queen Cersei. If Daenerys, Jon and the Army of the Dead reach King's Landing, I can totally see Cersei trying to blow them all up, using wildfire. But of course, blowing the city up with wildfire, that's not going to go well for anyone. Jaime might have to be the one that stops it. It would fit his character arc very well. He had to stop the Mad King planning to blow the city up, and he might have to stop the Mad Queen, his lover and sister, Cersei Lannister. But that's if he makes it down to King's Landing. Everyone's got to get through episode 3, the big battle at Winterfell, and I think a lot of characters are going to be killed off there. But I want to hear what you think. Do you think Jaime's going to die in this battle, or is he going to make it down south to King's Landing and face off against Cersei one more time? Ever since killing the Mad King, he's been known as the Kingslayer. Even though it was the right thing to do to stop the Mad King, a lot of people see it as dishonourable, as he was sworn to protect and serve the king. Jaime still has more pages to fill inside the book. All he has is the fact that he squired for Barristan Selmy and he was appointed to the Kingsguard at 16 years old. And then most notably the fact that he killed the Mad King and was pardoned by Robert Baratheon, and thereafter known as the Kingslayer. All these legendary heroes in the Kingsguard have all these great words said about them, but Jaime still has room for more. There are theories that maybe Brienne might step up to be the Lord Commander for whoever rules next, after the War for the Dawn. Maybe if Jaime does sacrifice himself and perform some heroic deed, he finally gets some more favourable pages inside the book of the Kingsguard. Like I said earlier, I'm still working on these videos. If you guys want to see your favourite character next, just let me know and I'll do that one. We're still waiting on any more teasers or any footage, and of course the big trailer. We've heard nothing yet, but it's definitely coming because the final season's only a few months away now. But once I hear, I'll definitely make a video letting you guys know. Anyways guys, remember to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you love Game of Thrones and you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys could like the video as well, as that really helps me out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.